So here we are. It's another gorgeous day in Northern California. It's April 22nd, 2015. We're in Folsom, California today, on location in Folsom, California today. It's roughly 10 a.m. in the morning. The weather is another beautiful day, another spring, sunny day here in Northern California. It is absolutely awesome. I'm doing my vlog here at a local park in Folsom, California today. I have another very busy day. Trying to get this vlog knocked out early this morning. It's about 10 o'clock. I got to get back home and write a few reports today. It's been a busy week, and it feels like it's going to continue to be busy this week. I have a lot of things to get done. So anyways, talking about this vlog today, I want to go back and talk about the vlog I made on Monday. You know, we talked about that Roseville home I went to and what a great investment it is. And you know, sometimes what I probably didn't say on Monday is, you know, it's a great investment because it was a long-term investment. That homeowner had been in the home for 15 to 20 years, and a lot of times when it comes to home ownership and making a good a return on your home, it's a matter of staying in your home from 10 to 20 years. That's when you really get that appreciation. So a long-term investment, when I'm talking about a great investment in real estate, you know, on average nowadays, the average homeowner stays in their home probably 3 to 5 years, you know, so sometimes you might make that type of appreciation. You know, we talked about significant gains, but this person had been in that home for 15 to 20 years. So, you know, I just wanted to make a comment on that and let you know that sometimes to make those type of, for your home to appreciate that much, you know, it takes 10 to 20 years. So it doesn't happen on the average where you stay in your home 3 to 5 years. And remember, you know, it takes time to find the right house and the place you want to, the type of home you want to live in. So make sure it takes a lot of time. It doesn't happen overnight. You know, you might look at 20, 30 homes before you find the right home for yourself, you know. So with that being said, I want to talk about a home I went to last Saturday. I worked on the weekend. I know it's Wednesday today, but I've been really busy, and I just want to talk about this home briefly. It was in the Sacramento area. It was right off of Highway 80, next to, right below, or right above Del Paso Country Club. That particular home, you know, was very easy to get onto the highway. It was an older neighborhood, probably about 10 minutes from downtown Sacramento. You know, some of the boundaries in this particular area that I went to see was in Sacramento. We had Hagen Oaks Golf Course, which was to the north of this property. Then we had the Carmichael, the city of Carmichael, which was to the east part of this particular area in Sacramento. Then we had the arcade area and downtown Sacramento, which was to the south of this area too. You know, right below the arcade area, there's the American River, which is really nice. You know, a lot of recreation. People go kayaking. You know, and that's always nice, especially in the summertime when you can go and utilize the American River. And to the north, or to the west of this particular area in Sacramento, was an area they call North Sacramento. You know, another great character, you know, another great thing about this particular area is, like I said, really close to the freeway. You know, you could jump right on the freeway probably within 5 minutes. You know, if you went towards the west, you know, you'd be in San Francisco in about 2 hours. And then if you went right back up 80 north, you'd be in Lake Tahoe probably within an hour and a half. So, you know, this place was centrally located in the Sacramento area. You know, it's right off of the freeway. You know, they had American River College pretty close, probably 5 minutes from this particular area that I was in. On top of that, we had Sac State, which is to the south of this particular area, which is about 10 to 15 minutes from this property if you went towards the south. So it was really convenient. You know, some colleges in the area makes it a unique location if you're looking to invest in that area. You know, always whenever you're gonna buy property near colleges, it's a good investment because, you know, colleges never move, and, you know, students, you get students every year that are looking for some place to stay. But anyways, in this particular area, or this home that I went to, I'm going to talk about this home a little bit. It was not your typical home. This home had a converted garage. So basically what a converted garage is the garage has been enclosed. They've got finished walls on inside of the garage, and they turned that particular garage area into a room, and it's added to your square footage. So this home was probably roughly around 1,100 square feet before they did the addition of the garage. And on top of that, so a converted garage means you have no garage. They had a two-car driveway, so that was their parking area. So like I say, it's not your typical home. Some people need their garage. They use it for storage, or they just want to park their cars in the garage. So that's something to think about if you're going to buy a home that has a converted garage. It's not your typical home, and so it's got to be something that you want. Just remember, you're not going to have a garage. Besides that, this home was built in the 1950s, and it had been updated. It was, right now when the garage was added to it, it's probably around 1,500 to 1,600 square foot. So, basically I was looking at homes between 1,400 square feet to about 1,700 to 1,800 square feet. Not a lot of homes in that area that are converted garages, so it makes this a unique piece of property. But on top of that, the type of homes in this area, they usually call it a bungalow type of home or a cottage. So most of the homes in this area were built in 1950 to 1960. The style of home was a bungalow or a cottage. That's what they typically call these type of homes. And this particular house, they had a nice workshop. He had a steel. This workshop was actually built out of steel, and it was pretty cool. It was his man cave. So it was partially a workshop, partially a workout area. He had a nice little storage area that he built, custom storage for all his tools. He had a really nice backyard. I've been very fortunate in the last couple videos. I've always talked about how beautiful these backyards and the landscaping has been in these properties. And no different. This person had a really nice backyard, took really good care of it. They had some really custom landscaping. And it was kind of neat because the front of the house faced the east, the rising sun, so they got that morning sunshine in the mornings. And then the back of the house faced the west where the sun sets. But on top of that, he had some really big pine trees, like 20, 30 foot high pine trees in the backyard, so that created a lot of shade. And on top of that, he had some mature maples, and he had a nice little gazebo that he had built, a nice little sitting area. And then to add with that, he had this incredible 3,000 gallon koi pond, which was a rock which had a rock waterfall and stone garden surrounding it. And so once again, a nice custom feature, and it was perfect for the evenings or when you're ready to unwind. And after a busy day, you go to the backyard, turn your water feature on, have yourself a glass of wine, and feed your koi fish. He had some really nice koi fish that were 5 to 10 years old, so they were fairly large. Sometimes the challenges of raising those koi fish in those koi ponds is the fish tend to eat the babies. But he said, he was very fortunate that the birds haven't been able to feed on his kois. He also said he added frogs to his pond too, so just to give it some unique features. And his backyard was immaculate, absolutely beautiful. The grass was extremely green, considering we're in a drought right now in California. His yard looked absolutely phenomenal. His front yard looked absolutely gorgeous. And then he had a wood deck in the back, a redwood deck. It was perfect for sitting. So he had his sitting area with the gazebo and his custom water feature, water pond, koi pond back there. And then on top of that, right off of the house, he had a nice redwood deck, which was nice for entertaining his guests. So, basically this home was in average condition. And the inside was, he had done some updating, but not very much. They just added on that converted area was a master bedroom, so he had a really nice master bedroom. Kind of different feel to this home. This particular home had 4 bedrooms and 1.5 baths. So that's something you got to think about if 1.5 baths is going to be enough for you. These particular group of people were retired, so I think that worked out perfectly for them. They didn't have kids in the home, empty nesters. Their kids were grown up. So, you know, I thought this home was a perfect home for, retirees. It's not too big. The only thing I think the landscaping can be challenging, but he said he actually hired people, to come in and help him with the landscaping. He had these real big trees in the back that had tons of leaves. My first impression when I was taking pictures of the home from the front and taking a look at it, and I seen these huge trees that were about 30 foot tall and there were tons of leaves. I was just imagining what it would be like in the fall, when the leaves tend to fall. And he's like, oh, and when we talked about it and joked about it, he's like, oh man, it's so much work. But once again, that's something you want to think about as a homeowner. You want to look at all these different things when you look at it from the front. Look at if your lifestyle fits this particular home and you have to do all that work on the outside. Or, if you want something simple, more manageable, depending on what your lifestyle is. The unique thing about this area is these homes were built in 1950 to 1960. And what's kind of cool when I drove around the neighborhood is a lot of the there were a lot of big trees, and it just felt like there was more character here because the landscape had been in there for a long time. They had a lot more trees. It seemed like when you drove through the neighborhoods, just more character, a lot of greenery. So it made it pretty unique. Sometimes when you drive through these newer subdivisions that are 10 to 15 years old or 5 to 10 years old, there's just not so many mature trees in there. They're trees that have been planted within the last 4 or 5 years, and it just doesn't look as mature. And the landscape, there's something about it. This particular area, like I said, built in 1950 to 1960, right next to Del Paso Country Club, had some character to it. Besides that, like I was saying, this home was 1,400 to 1,700 square feet. Roughly, these homes in this area are probably going anywhere from $220,000 to about $275,000. But it depends. What type of updating's been done. If it's in average condition or it's above average condition. So that's something you want to pay attention to. When I drove around this neighborhood, there were some homes, in average condition, but then you also seen some homes that have been updated. So that's something you want to pay attention to. Also, if you're looking to purchase a home in these areas, especially with an older home, built it that's about 50 to 60 years old, you want to pay attention to a whole bunch of things, as far as even if you walk into a home and you think, oh, this is perfect for me and it's been updated, make sure you pay attention to the quality updating that's been done. Sometimes these guys buy these homes really quickly and they just add some carpet, add some fresh paint, and then they put it right back on the market. Maybe they buy it for they get it for a really good deal. Like I seen a home when I was looking at the area and just doing my assessment of the area. I seen a particular home that sold for $190,000, and within 4 months, the home had sold for $250,000. And that's where I'm talking about. Sometimes real estate can be a great investment, but once again, you want to pay attention to the quality of updating they've done, the quality of materials they've put into the home. Sometimes, like I said, they could buy a home for $190,000, put in a little carpet, put in some paint, put in a little bit of fixtures, but you don't know what's going on within the home. Plumbing, electrical, all those type of things, and you really want to pay attention to that stuff. Sometimes they just prehab it, just get it fixed up nice enough to put it right back on the market and make a quick buck. In this particular home, they actually put some extensive remodeling into it. Looks like they put about $20,000 into it, with some updated kitchens and updated bathrooms. The property I'm talking about that I seen that was purchased for $190 and sold within 4 months for $250,000. So they were probably into it for about $210,000, and then another $10,000, for the real estate agent and all the different things, all the other costs that comes into selling a home. So they were probably in it for $220,000. Maybe they made about $25,000 to $30,000 on it. So within 4 months, that's a pretty good deal. There's not a lot of deals out there, and you got to really do your homework. You got to really know the business and be pretty educated to find these homes. But they're out there, so it is a reality when you see these home flipping shows and people are doing these type of things. It's out there, but you definitely got to do your work and you got to know your area. So make sure, like I said, these particular areas, they can be nice areas to live in. You know, some of the homes are older, 1950 to 1960, so pay attention to the type of home it is. Sometimes you can buy them in average condition where you go and put some sweat equity into it, you know, live in the home for 5 to 10 years, you know, and then put it back on the market, and hopefully you get some appreciation out of it, and then your next home, you can buy another home, you know, with some of that equity you have in that home, and possibly rent this home. So those are different options that you have when it comes to buying homes in this particular area. Once again, like I said, it's pretty near to American River College and pretty near to Sac State College, so that's another great place to invest, because schools never move and students always need someplace to live. And on top of that, it's just a nice area, you know, a lot of character there. So if you're ever looking for an area like that, these particular homes, the style is bungalow or cottages. You know, the homes probably go from 1,000 square feet. You can find homes about that size to about 1,700 square feet. Typical homes in that area. So, you know, and the homes run, you can find a home for $95,000 to upwards of $350,000. So depending on what your market is, you know, like I say, pay attention to everything, the character of the home, what it entails, and what type of condition the home is in. So besides that, you know, once again, this area is great, and it's right off of the freeway, and I think it's a perfect spot if you don't mind living in this particular area. You know, another reason why it's great, you know, the economy is great here in Sacramento. They got a lot of great things going on. They got new construction going on with a new arena. You know, there's new homes going up all over the Sacramento area. So, you know, the economy seems like it's in pretty good condition here, and it makes Northern California, Sacramento area, a great place to move. You know, for all you first-time home buyers, the millennials that are looking to purchase your first home, you know, buying within the median market is a great market. You know, you purchase a home, put some sweat equity into it. Next thing you know, within 5 years, you know, you're going to have other people that might be interested in this particular area, and you know, it could appreciate for you, and you can make a few dollars, and either you buy another home or you put whatever you made into another home, and your mortgage payment is a little bit lower. Be sure to catch my short video. I do a little drive-through of this particular area that I'm talking about here in the Sacramento area. It's just really quick, you know, trying to do the vlog, talk about the area, but at the same time give you an idea of the character of this particular neighborhood that I was in. Remember, you know, real estate and home ownership, it's a long-term investment. That's when you make your best, you get the most out of your home. You know, I know the average person stays in the home 3 to 5 years, but you know, where you make that long-term gain is when you stay in that home 10 to 15 years. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You know, it's like any investment, it takes time. But if you buy at the right price and not at the peak, you know, you can do pretty good. And then, you know, make sure you do your homework. You know, sometimes it takes time to find the right house. You know, and on top of that, you want to make sure you find a good realtor out there, somebody that knows what they're doing, that's going to work really hard for you. And then when it comes to your mortgage, make sure you find a good mortgage person that's going to help you with your refinance, give you all the details, help you understand the process, you know, because sometimes the process can be challenging if you don't understand it. And remember, there's a lot of great programs right now. The interest rates are really good. You can get FHA loans where you just put 3% down. Also, there's programs that help you with the down payment. That's something you might want to think about. And another great reason why it's a good time to buy a home is because right now it's actually cheaper to buy a home than it is to build a home. So that's something to think about. You know, you're getting a great value when you buy a home for a good price. But once again, you got to do your homework. Make sure you find a good realtor. Make sure you find a good mortgage person that's going to help you with your deals. And because this is going to be the most important investment you make in your life. You know, so make sure you do all the right things and do your work and due diligence. I want to thank you again for coming on and watching my video. Also, the next video I'm going to create will be on Friday. You know, I'm going to talk about the Mather area. On Monday I was in that area filming my video. It's right next to Mather Airport. It's a new subdivision in that area. You know, the home's like probably about 10 years old. We're going to talk about that area a little bit. Maybe that's someplace you want to live if you're ever coming out to Northern California. So, you know, tune in. I also did another property in Dorado Hills. We'll probably talk about that. The last time I was up in Dorado Hills, it was really sunny. You could see the Sacramento downtown area. This particular time when I went up there in the morning, it was pretty foggy, and I took some film in the area. And so just give you a little different view of the area, you know, the changing of weather and different things. But so that'll probably be on Friday. I'll try and get Mather in there, try and get Dorado Hills, the property I went to see in there. But you know, I'm about to end the video here today. You know, hopefully you guys learned something, gave you some things to think about. Thank you so much for watching. We got another beautiful day here in Folsom, California. It's really beautiful out here. The sun's just coming over the trees right now. I did this video about 10 o'clock in the morning. It's perfect right now. Another busy day. I'm gonna head home, knock out some reports. I'm having tons of fun doing this vlog. I'm learning a lot. Hopefully you're learning a lot. I'm having fun sharing what my days are like. Hopefully that's some interesting content for you. But anyways, you have a great day and you take it easy.